Maybe if anyone that knows me, like from the beginning, they probably wouldn't believe what am I doing right now, because I'm an introvert. I can't communicate with people. I always run away from things. Nothing comes easy, right? So I sacrificed myself so much that time. You know, like people at 19 years old, they would probably go for outing, maybe they go to college and then they have fun. I didn't have any of that. I was very focused in earning, right?
So tell me the story behind Zobha.
Okay. I wanted to do sales. I wanted to be a proud Indian. I wanted people to turn and look at me, and I wanted to earn. How can I do this? And then I figured out, I never liked buying saree in Malaysia. The moment I enter a saree shop, that whole mess, that whole situation just stressed me up. I have no knowledge in textile business. I have no knowledge in assisting customer. Everything is my self-taught process. This 9 years hasn't been an easy journey. It has been so difficult.
Tell me your worst experience.
Worst experience, okay. Maybe I should tell this time out. So this is one experience that I can never forget. And it actually caused me depression over time. And it took me like about a month plus to actually come out from it. Until today, I've never done any big marketing. I have come through these 9 years being known globally only by one thing, word of mouth. I believe that when I give customer the experience that they need, it will travel. I can do this because I don't sell my products. I sell my ideas. People actually enjoy that more than the saree.
Okay.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Leaders Unlocked. Today, I'm joined by Pavithra Varathan, founder and creative director of Zobha, a homegrown fashion brand that has become globally recognized for premium silk ethnic wear. After a successful corporate career, Pavithra made the bold choice at a young age of 26 to dedicate herself fully to redefining how tradition meets innovation. Zobha is built on a passion for elegance, culture, and design. Pavithra, it's an absolute honor to have you on the show.
Thank you, Sharvin, for having me around.
So, Pavithra, there's this quote from Steve Jobs I came across recently that I absolutely love. It goes, "You can't connect the dots looking forward, you can only connect them looking backwards." So imagine if your life up till now were to be turned into a movie, but the movie was played in reverse. What would the disconnect be between your current life and your earliest years look like that I as a viewer wouldn't be able to believe?
Maybe if anyone that knows me, like from the beginning, from childhood or from college, school, workplace, they probably wouldn't believe what am I doing right now, because I'm an introvert. I don't talk to people. I don't have friends. I can't communicate with people. I always run away from things. So to be able to do this right now, it's something very surprising for me as well. But I'm sure that, you know, there are things that happen gradually that made me to do what I'm doing right now. So, you see, like when I was much younger, when I was in school, I used to participate in a lot of activities and all that, and I will win things. But when it comes to Monday, I'll always run and hide myself in the toilet because I don't want people to call my name, and I don't want to go and stand in front of people because I'm that shy.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, like I want something, but I am always a person who's not been able to feel it. I cannot enjoy that moment. I always feel scared going through that moment. It has always been like that, even like from school, and then I went to college, and then from there I started my career, right? I started my career being in a banking job. So even there, I don't like to be noticed. But see, everyone has their own talent, their own strength, right? So I'm a very quick learner. So I can really learn something very fast. So, you know, when I was performing in my banking job, people really look at me differently. Like, you know, they have been doing this job for many years, and how come she can hit the target or whatever, right? So it has always been there.
Okay.
But this kind of thing, like people's question, how does she do it? And when there is a good, there's always a bad. So people can't accept that how can she be so quiet, not involved, but she can still get her things done, right? So it has been hitting me from very, very beginning of my life. So I've always wanted to show to people that I don't have to be very outgoing, or I have to talk so much, or I have to prove myself by showing up so much. So I've always wanted to be myself. And that's one thing that I told myself that no matter what I do, I don't want to lose my identity. You might have come across a lot of people who is like, that there might be someone today, but when you ask them if they enjoy what they do, or they like themselves now, some of them may pause that moment and might lie to you and say they are, but maybe it affects them to be like, no, this is not what I am.
Okay.
So I've always wanted to be within my identity.
Yeah, I love that.
Like that's my comfort zone.
Okay.
So, like whatever that people question negatively, sometimes very harsh. I tend to take it very personally, and I actually sit on it, I dwell on it, and I cannot come out of it. So I've always been a person like, if someone doesn't like me in that place, I'll run away from that space and I'll find my comfort zone.
Okay.
And I don't mind being alone. So this career path eventually have shaped me to be more bolder, to not run away, but to stay and to show that what I can actually do. I don't have to run away all the time. So, when I turn and look back how I was and how I am now, I think I'm quite proud of myself because I have always thought I cannot come out of it.
Where do you think that came from, Pavithra? That fear of being recognized for your achievements?
I think maybe I'm not ready for people's judgment.
Even though you would win something,
Mhm.
you would still be afraid of judgment.
You see, it came from that very beginning. Like I told you, right? I cannot enjoy success. I cannot enjoy anything that I win because I put a lot of hard work, right? I know the feeling of like, like a lot of people, like I have kids now. So when they really put their hard work to do something in a competition, the joy that I see in them, I will actually sit and think, if I were them, I will not be like that. I will be like quiet in a corner, like I can't enjoy. So it's like, it actually, maybe I am like that. I'm born like that. A little different maybe. But I honestly don't know. Like today, if like we go out, people recognize me as Zobha, but my name is Pavithra, right? So when a lot of people know me, I can't take that to my head. I have never take that to my head. So I always think like, people always mislead their path when they take the pride, when they take the honor that people give them to their head. So they try to show their ego. They try to like, you will actually know them as a very nice person. But after some point, there will be some changes, some character. So I generally don't like that. And I don't want to be that. That's why I told you, I don't want to lose my identity in this journey. So anyone who knew me from the day one, they know I'm like this. I can still sit and talk to anybody the way that I am without thinking that, I am doing this business or I'm in a professional line. Yeah.
So earlier you said that if you were to look back at your career, it shaped you into the person you are today, where you're more comfortable in putting yourself in uncomfortable situations. But what do you think was the turning point?
The turning point was actually, people's perception. Like, when people keep pressuring you, looking down at you, saying that you can't do this, you can't do that, like there was a point where like I actually gave up thinking that I can't be able to do anything with people oriented because people say that I can't get along with people. But when I actually realized that, you see, like when I started this business, it was me and my customer, whoever that they bring with, right? I don't have any other people. So when I'm with them, I feel very comfortable. I talk to them. Like this business, I'm not only selling my product, I'm selling my ideas. I'm telling them how they can decorate their event, how they can do themselves up, or so many other things, right? So when I'm one-to-one with them, I kind of realize that I actually enjoy talking to people. So this whole career is actually a eye-opener for me, that I actually can talk to people. I didn't know that I can talk this much. I always thought that I'm a hi, bye, go. Like you said, this is my professional life, right? I can literally count how many friends I have out there that I actually talk to. So I like to
Small
live
circle.
in a very, very small circle. I like to be in my own shell. And if you ask me whether I'm very happy about it, I'm very, very happy. Because like I said, that's what I want. That's what I really like. So I am very clear that I want to sell my ideas to my customers. I'm not here to do any personal branding. I'm not here to sell myself. I am purely doing a business here, and I enjoy doing it.
Earlier, you said in your first job, working in a bank, right, Pavithra, you said even though you're really quiet, you were hitting targets that even people who are very experienced were struggling to hit.
Yep.
Can you give me more context around that?
Yeah.
What were the targets you were hitting?
So you see, I actually studied for tourism, right? So I had this dream of working in the airlines. Since I was very, very small. You see, like I want to travel where I don't need to be stuck to one group of people. So I always wanted to run away that way. So when I was studying for tourism, when I figured out that salary that they offer for a tourism industry was very, very low, and the only way for you to earn is actually by commission. Like you have allowance, you have commissions, but your basic is very, very low. So the moment that I know that, I don't want to do it. And I completed my studies, but I don't think that I want to put myself into that, because I don't see myself growing anytime soon. I will really need to put a lot of effort. And because I don't come from a very well-to-do family, we are a very ordinary family. So, I knew that I need to do something for myself. I cannot be expecting anything from anyone. So I have a certain way of doing certain things, and I didn't want to put that burden on my parents. So I knew that I need some sort of fun to do what I want to do, and I need to figure myself out. So when I kicked out tourism, I got an opportunity to work in a bank, HSBC bank. So I got this position of collection officer. So when I joined, I have zero experience. I have zero knowledge about it. But during the training, I got to understand that you get a basic of 1,242 ringgit. Sorry, my basic was 1,002, and they will cut the EPF and you get about 1,100 something. So that's my basic. I was 18 years old, and for me to earn 1,100 ringgit, I can't do much. I have to travel by public transport, I have to take care of my meals and all that, right?
At this point, you were fully financially independent already. You didn't want to depend on your
No,
parents.
I can remember the last year that I took money from my parents, maybe when I was 19 years old.
Okay.
After 19 years old, I don't think so I have taken any money from my parents, right? So, the first day at that training, my mind was all about, am I getting 1,100 and am I going to work from 8:15 to 6:15 and earning this much? So in that whole training session, I was so down, thinking, what am I going to do? And then come a very interesting topic by the trainer, which is, the commission. So when he explained that, they have this 3 tier. So the first tier is you get extra 500 ringgit, the second tier is 1,500 ringgit, and the third tier is 5,000 ringgit. So my mind started to do the maths. I was like, okay, so tier 3 is 5,000 and I get 1,001, 6,100, not bad. So, I started to, you won't believe, I went to the training at 9 o'clock in the morning. And I think about 4:30, this person start talking about that. That 4:30 up to 6 o'clock, I was very energetic. Before that, I think I didn't even go for lunch. I was actually sitting in the pantry, figuring things out, right? So that 4:30 really changed my life. It was such a big eye-opener for me, like, oh wow, I can earn this much. So I listen what they are talking, like what I said before, I'm a very fast learner. So when they're teaching, I really paid attention. So the job is very simple. You have to just call people and ask them to pay the money that they owe to the bank.
Credit card, right?
Yeah, so it's called collection, right? So after 1 week of training, with the product training, everything, I passed the exam. So I started my job. So I do the work, I will come, I'll be like a robot. 8:15, I'm in the office, I work finish at 6 o'clock, but I'll only clock out at 8:30 because I already set in my mind, if I do 1.5 million collection and I'm going to get 5,000 ringgit, I'm going to do it, right? But the bad thing in it is they don't show you how much you have done, right? So you have to just keep doing. The report will come like 2 or 3 days before the month end.
Okay.
So you are like stuck. If you miss, you just miss, right? So what I told myself is like I started to see my surroundings, the seniors, like they will do overtimes and all that. That's why I learned, okay, so maybe they do that. That's why they earn. So I don't mind. What am I going to do by going back home early, right? So when I did that, that first month, I actually hit the 1 point. I think I hit 1.6 million.
Wow.
So there is this whole row of people sitting, like 20 people, front and back, and I'm like in the middle. When the report comes that on the 28th of every month, so we will be able to access to one particular page where you see your report. So, like that's the day like you can see everybody is very excited to come and log in and to check because they're excited what's their pay going to be, right? So I still remember that day when I came in. I don't know why I was late that day because I take train. When I just entering to my row, I can see like everybody turned and looked at me. They gave me that look. What did you did? Then I was like, I got one very good Malay colleague. I was like, kenapa you pandang I macam tu? Then it's like, betul ke you ni? Apa you cakap? Then I don't understand. Then because the call will be keep coming, right? So they have to, otherwise the team leader will make noise. Then I checked my report. Then I understood why they gave me the look because I was also very surprised. Yeah, so I knew that I can do it, right? So I knew the pattern. But people there who joined with me, like around 30 to 40 of them, they couldn't. None of them. I think they were probably at 200 to 300,000. But when I see people, I kind of scan what they are doing, like how they do it. Like this is one colleague of mine. Until today, I'm friends with her. I see what she do, and she's the top 5. She will hit the target every month. So I look at her, what she do. So for her, it's very simple. She focus. She don't talk. She don't go for break. She don't do this. Nothing. So okay, let me try this pattern if it works for me. So it worked for me. So I knew it. So this is the way I'm going to do it. So I do it. But you see, nothing comes easy, right? So I sacrificed myself so much that time. Like people at 19 years old, they would probably go for outing, maybe, I don't know whether they go to work, maybe they go to college and then they have fun. I didn't have any of that. I was very focused in earning, right? So that wasn't an easy journey as well. The second month, my team leader cannot believe that how am I achieving it on the next month as well. So they even thought that I'm actually cheating. So they started to monitor my call. And then, like sometimes, right, like you are working like non-stop. So you have to really manage your tonality. You cannot raise your voice or you cannot like threaten them. Like you have to ask in a proper manner, right? So they started to like tap my calls to check whether I'm really talking or I'm like stealing something like data or whatever. So that one whole month, there was like this CCTV watching me like all over. Even if I
And
wake
you
up,
knew about this?
Yeah, I knew because like what I told you, the senior, we eventually became a good friend. They call me Kecik. So there's like, Kecik, team leader tengok. Then I like, okay, let her be. I'm not doing anything, right? So it was fun, but at the same time, I was like, see, even if you put your effort to do, people can't believe. There is so many things. So even there, you see, like that job taught me what is customer service, what is tonality, what is how you should talk to a customer, you know, how you talk and how you'll get the money. Everything that we do in our life, right, there is definitely something that we learn about. This particular thing, right, that I'm telling you right now is something that I've learned, and I realized when I am here, I think at my 5th year, I realized that, like, how did I know how to manage this situation? I said, oh, I implemented it here. Everything is something that I have really gone through in life. Like if let's say a customer has a dispute, how I handle that, everything. So that was going on for a good 6 months. And then after that, they came up with this Just Go vouchers because they couldn't compensate the staffs with cash. So I told to myself, I can't be selling Just Go vouchers to people and get that 5,000. So it's like I have to work extra hours to do sales job then, right? So then I quit that job. And then I sat and think what I want to do.
I think I remember you said the only month that you didn't hit the target was the 6th month, right? Your last
Yeah,
month.
the last month, the moment they announced that it's going to be the Just Go voucher, okay, I'm not doing it. and then they knew like why you didn't achieve the target. And then they even wanted to promote me to team leader position to stay. Because, you know, it's very difficult to get people who's committed to job. Like, you know, sometimes people jump jobs. I'm not like that. Like, I really put my 100%. So, you know, they were like, why are you not hitting? What happened? Then I told to them, I am not going to lie. I came here because the figure attracted me. But when the moment I'm not going to get it, what's the purpose that I'm going to sit here and waste my time? And then they were like, no, you know, I also get the vouchers, you know, I sell to my this one. I said, you can do it, but I can't do it. And then they were like, trying to offer me
you staying true to your identity.
Yeah, they wanted to offer me a better position and all that. But no, I told myself, no, I can do better. So you see, the moment you felt something bigger, you cannot bring yourself down. Like you will not, you know what you're worth. Like if I'm able to earn 6,100 ringgit when I was 19 years old, I can never go lower than that for my next job. Am I right? So yeah, I said and think what I want to do. Then I got into ID, interior design. I started my own company, and then I started to get client from there. Yeah, so that's how it grew.
And give me more context around the ID business. So I think you joined your sister's company, right?
Yeah, so it was actually a kitchen cabinet company by a German name. It's in Taman Tun. So my sister was working there, and you know, because I gave up on this banking job, so she called me to say, why don't you just come here and do what you want to do, and then later you figure out. So I joined there, and then you know, when I was there, I don't know anything about cabinets. I don't know anything about this drawings, nothing. So when I learned it from my boss, then he told me how to do sales. So my first customer that I did there, I sold the kitchen cabinet for 120,000 ringgit. So he told me my commission is 10%. So I knew the maths there, like, okay, so this is right. Because you see, when you do sales, you know the cost of things. So I knew that I can do that. So, you know, the moment that I figured that out, I told myself that, you know, if I can do it myself, why I would want to waste my time with someone else, right? Then only I started my ID company. I bought my softwares. I do the drawings, I get my stuff, and then I slowly moved into construction. So I do ID in construction. So I have customers database where I actually started from a small house, and then it was a bungalow, and then, you know, when you start doing this kind of thing, right, it will travel. So one person will recommend to another person. So you see, when I was there, that figure was much bigger. So when the figure was much bigger, I was clearly understanding the technique of doing things on your own. So, you know, when I work for people, when I put my 100%, I get this. When I do on my own and I put my 100%, I get this. So the only thing that I have to follow there is consistency. And I have to put my hard work. Nothing comes easy. Even if I'm gonna get a very rich customer as my customer, if I'm not gonna perform, if I'm not going to impress him with my drawings or with my tactics to with new items or new designs, they're not gonna buy my design. Correct? There's so many people. You see, when you see textile, it's like a sea. There's sellers everywhere. It's not only that. Even if you go to construction, it's the same thing. There's so many contractors. There's so many IDs. You still have to fight your way. So business is like a sea. There's no ending. You just have to find your own way.
Niche.
Yeah, your own way, your own tune that you want to play around. And yeah, you have to make it your field. Yeah.
So pivoting from that German interior designing company to starting your own firm. In the German company, you're doing sales. So you didn't even get much exposure to ID.
Yes.
If I'm
Yeah.
not wrong. And before that, you didn't know anything about ID. You're working
Yeah.
as a collection officer. So and then setting up your own firm. What, you were 20 at that point?
Yeah.
Right? Setting up your own interior designing firm. You didn't know anything about, I assume, the designing software.
Nothing.
Which is AutoCAD. And then how to take pictures and where do you even start? So tell me that story. I want to hear.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you see, like when I knew that I want to do on my own, when I figured out that I can do it. So that time there's no ChatGPT, no AI. Okay, so you got like Google. So when I Google what software they use for IDs and all that, so I came up with this software called KD Max, and I figured out it's 8,000 ringgit. So that's the only savings money that I had that point of time. So I invested in it. So I told myself and my sister that, you see, we have never done a house. We have always drew a kitchen. So now imagine that we have a house. So I actually told her, like, I brought her to a space. We imagine this is a space. This is the house. It's empty. Just do what we want to do. So it was actually a visionary house that I actually worked on to see like how we can remodify the house if we got it as a client.
Okay.
So that came.
So it was an actual house that was being developed. You took.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So but it's not our house.
Understand.
Right? And the project is not ours.
Okay.
So we just took a picture and then we developed drawings, right? So I uploaded it on Facebook, and like you do your marketing, blah blah blah. And I didn't know that it will actually catch people's attention. So that's why I say, like, if you put your 100%, if your drawing is going to impress people, you can sell it. So that's when I knew. So when I got a lot of inquiries from Facebook. That time wasn't Instagram. It was Facebook, where you can actually develop your business. So I opened up a Facebook business page, and a lot of people came across, and then I started getting a small condo, and then it went to a single story, and then it went to a double story, and then it came to where I have to demolish an entire house to build a new one. So if you ask me, I think in a lifespan of 6 months, I actually learned a whole thing about an architect's job and interior designer's job, because when you're being a designer, it's not only about designing the space. It's also about, you must be able to read the drawing, like the measurements, why is it here, what is the standard height for certain things, these are all important. And then I also started to learn about plumbings. I also started to learn about electrical, M&E. So it was a whole package. So when I'm sitting, like you see, like when it's a small job, you usually meet people separately. But when it's a big job, right, you imagine there is that owner, there is a big contractor, there is a big developer, and there is a plumber, electrician, everyone, and there is me. When we have to discuss about that one project, we all are involved. So that whole session is a learning session, right? So eventually, I am actually involved in whatever that's involved to build the house. If there is one person of us is missing, that won't take up the space what it is supposed to be, right? So by the end of that 6 months, I actually knew that I can actually do contractor's work. I am on my sneakers, I am on my site, and I will be up the roof. I'll be below, everywhere. I'm everywhere. So that's the dirtiest I have been in my entire life. This construction job, it's so dirty and it's like, I cannot explain. But yeah, that job actually gave me a lot of joy. And even at that point of time, I actually can only talk to my customers like one to one. You cannot bring a lot of people talk. No, I cannot. So that's the learning process that I got. And this idea is slowly grew into construction. Like what I said, we were decorating house and then we start to build houses.
Wow.
So yeah, that's the process of that. And then it also came to an end journey where I got married and then I didn't want to do construction anymore because of my pregnancy. And I didn't want to get into a family dilemma because all my clients at that point of time was quite a high-end clients and the meetings always happen in the night time. So when you are not married, when you are not committed to anything, you're free to do some things. But I just didn't want to get myself into problems. So I actually told myself that, I'll quit this after my first baby because I have to hand over the project. During that process is what this thing came up to me. This was born.
You talk about the family dilemma. Was there a specific point where the ID business caused a sort of an argument between you and your husband? Like a specific incident that made you rethink the whole thing?
Yeah, definitely. So whenever you want to take a massive decision, like you see, earning is something that's very important for every individual, right? So at that point of time, I was pregnant, I think at about 8 months. So there was this construction site that I was working on. So what happened was I was supposed to advise the contractor about a roofing. So when I went to the site, I think my husband dropped me to the site on that particular day. So I went to the site and I realized that they were actually doing something wrong on the roof. So I actually went up there and I was pregnant.
Oh my God.
Right? So I was up there correcting them on top of the roof, being 8 months pregnant.
Oh my God.
And I am like showing my tantrum to them because it's someone's house. So it's a big responsibility, right? But at that point of time, I actually didn't realize that I was pregnant. That hormone didn't work that way that time. So I actually didn't realize that my stomach was there. I actually only saw that guy doing the wrong thing and I straight went up. And it wasn't like a proper staircase. So when I was up there scolding the guy, I actually saw my husband's car coming from far. And when I saw that car, I got a shock of my life because I was like, oh my God, what am I doing? Like, that moment of like, what situation I am actually at, and I realized I was like, I'm dead. I'm confirmed dead. So yeah, I got down. Of course, we got into arguments and then, of course he didn't shout or we didn't fight. I think that whole pregnancy, he have been trying to put sense to my mind that I can't do this as aggressive as I was because I'm pregnant. I'll sit late night, I'll do drawings, I will wake up very early in the morning and I'll drive to Klang. Wow. So, I do all this alone. He told to myself that, you need to take care of yourself. So this situation have made me to like take that drastic decision. I told to myself, you see, like someone tolerating you is okay. But if they have to like put up with your work along with your stress, it's something very disturbing for them. And I didn't want to do that to him. And like he being him, he will never say no. He will never say don't. That kind of word will never come from him. But I told myself it's time for me to understand that now I have another person with me and I can't take decisions where it only belongs to me. I'm going to impact another person. And now adding is another person which is in me, So it was quite an emotional roller coaster for me. But yeah, I got to pay for my action, right? So that situation I'll never forget in my life. But that is also me being me for me, work is work.
Mm.
Even if I'm going to justify this to anybody, they will still say that I'm insane. But at that point of time, it
As
just
long as it makes
happened.
sense to
It's
you.
not like something that I wanted to prove something to anybody.
Okay.
No. But yeah, that day, that face, that car, I will never forget. I will never forget that.
So tell me the story behind Zobha.
Okay, so when this whole things happened, and then it creates a dilemma, and then I was pregnant. So I was pregnant in 2015, towards the end. So I knew that I'm gonna give birth in August 2016. So I told to myself that, okay, so since I'm stressing people out, I know that I cannot give my 100% to my clients because I have a family now. I need to focus on my child. And if I'm going to go out late night and I'm going to do my work and I'm going to stay up doing my drawings, it's not going to work, right? So I told to myself that I still want to do something, but I want to do something that got to do with designing, but I don't know what's that, right? So I took a break. I relaxed. Then that one day you see, like anything that you want to do, back again it comes back to money, right? I don't want to do anything that I'm going to sit and waste my time.
Yeah.
I want to earn,
Yeah.
because that has been my fire since the day one,
Okay.
right? So I asked myself, okay, I have done this banking, okay, I don't like it. I have done this ID, I like it, but I can't do it. Okay, what can I do that I can enjoy, but at the same time, I don't want to be the same as the previous. So then I told myself, I'm actually a good salesperson, right? So I want to do something with sales, but what can I do? It actually hit me. When I was doing construction, right? When we go out for meetings, there's a lot of people, in front of a lot of people, the only topic that will catch my attention is everybody will throw their words and say that don't bring Indian contractor, don't bring Indian, don't bring Indian. It's actually very, very irritating, very, very challenging as well, because as much as there are worst ones, there are also good ones. But it's always like because of that one thing, they judge the entire thing, correct? I think for almost like 5-6 years, I have been only hearing about people condemning about Indians. So that it has also been in me. I actually wanted to prove to people that Indians are not meant to only talk bad about. There are also good things about them, like, so I wanted to really show it to the other people that there are good things in us. So this kind of little points actually made me to combine this one thing.
Wow.
So I wanted to do sales. I wanted to be a proud Indian. I wanted people to turn and look at me, and I wanted to earn. How can I do this? And then I figured out what I don't like to buy in Malaysia. I sat and think. I wanted to sell something where I can enjoy selling because I don't like what people are selling in Malaysia,
Yeah.
right? So I sat and I thinking, and then I figured out I never liked buying saree in Malaysia because the moment I enter a saree shop, I get very sleepy. That whole mess, that
Yeah.
whole situation just stressed me up. Even if I go shopping, I can be done in 5 minutes. You cannot see me loitering around. It's either if you see me more than 5 minutes in a mall, it's because I'm eating. Before, on the way to the mall, I already fix where is the shop. I'm walking here, I'm parking here, I'm walking here, I'm getting this, I'm getting up. So this whole thing, right, is in my mind.
Okay.
So when I go to any saree shops, I don't like it. We always do our saree shopping in Singapore. That's insane, right? But but the environment is different. The way people are is different. So it's somehow inviting that way. So then I told myself, okay, I'm going to do this. So I sat, I study, I do my homework, like, okay, how this whole thing happened. So I started to study about what is Kanjipuram. Like it came in one of the Google search at that point of time. I didn't know at that point of time that that is one of the most expensive saree that someone can sell, and also to be made. Okay, I generally searched a saree and it came to my search. But you see, when you start to learn, it also come back to your character. I don't like to buy anything that's cheap to compromise on my desire. Like, for some
love
people, they can compare an iPhone with another phone.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe. With saying that, it's the same usage, but, you can save
So
more.
it doesn't justify the price.
Yeah, but I can't accept that.
Of course.
For me, it's like, there is something in there.
Yeah.
There must be a reason why they sell it at that price. It's not because it's an iPhone, it's expensive. Maybe it's the way it's being manufactured. Maybe it's the software, maybe whatever, right? I am a person like that.
Okay.
Whatever that I do, it reflects back to what I am. So I am a person who likes to buy something quality.
Okay.
I don't like to buy anything that's not quality, right? I don't compromise on quality. So when I was reading, so I understood about Kanjipuram and I told myself, okay, this is what I'm going to do. So I did a search. 9 years back, there is no research engine like what it is now. Now it's like fingertips. Those time, no. So I did my research. I found a weaver. It actually started with this one weaver. I spoke to him. I explained to him on my vision, and
This weaver is based in Kanjipuram.
Based in Kanjipuram. Okay. So I told him what I want to do, and he was very impressed. You know why? Because these weavers are all very, very old people.
Yeah.
And for them, it has always been people from Nallis, Potis, and this kind of big, big shops from India going to them, buying bulk. Nobody talks to them about designing themselves or appreciating the art or this kind of thing. Maybe it was my time where when I spoke to this guy, he actually understood. Finally, there's someone from outside India who actually appreciate the art and also hard work they actually put into making that. So that was interesting because he started to teach me a lot of things that I didn't know, right? Obviously, I don't know anything about fabric. But when he started to teach me, I think he was coaching me for almost like 4 months.
Wow.
He will every day call me. Even if I don't call him, he will call me. He will call me, he will send me videos, he will show me how it is, how they are drying the yarn, how they are rolling the yarn, how they are weaving, how they are making the zari. So it was very, very, very interesting for me. So then I told myself, okay, that day I actually decided this is what I'm doing. I went to my husband, I told him that I'm actually planning to do this. He looked at me, he just gave me that smile, and he went continue what he wants to do. That was a sign of maybe thinking I'm depressed and I'm talking nonsense.
Were you still doing your ID business at that point?
Yeah, I was towards handing over my last project. So I had an ID studio. So he gave me that look, okay, this woman is depressed. Okay, let her talk whatever she wants. And he just went off. So I did what? I actually designed a first 15 sarees. And I asked him to make it. And I think after 3 months, it came to me.
Wow.
And I had it in my house. And then he came back. He's like, what is all this? And then I was like, I told you I wanted to do the saree designing.
Wow.
That time also he gave me another look. He was like, are you really serious? It's like, no, don't worry, nothing big. I'm actually just going to do it in the studio, the ID studio. I'm going to separate it. Just let's see how it goes. So what happened, I actually have a ID studio in Damansara, and I actually allocated just probably like about 250 square feet, like an L shape. I put a cabinet, I put the saree, and I started to do my marketing way.
Just from the small 250
Just from that
square
small
feet
space.
Okay.
Because I need to do it, right? I already invest my time.
Yeah.
I'm already interested in it. I have to do it.
You gotten all the coaching.
Yeah, now I have to prove myself that I can actually do this also, right? So I had iPhone. I took picture. I opened another business page. And oh yeah, I didn't tell you how I got the name Zobha. So I actually wanted to name the business besides my name. I don't want it to have my name. I wanted people to recognize it on its own. Because when I'm no more, I still want people to recognize the brand. And this thought of branding it has been there since day one.
Okay.
I didn't want to do it like just business.
Yeah.
I wanted to brand it because you see, when I want to do something, I really study about it. So when idea is different, construction is different, fashion is something that grow. It evolves. So it will be keep changing. So I really wanted it to stand alone on its own. So I was searching for names and all that. So, it took me like about a week to come up with this name. So Zobha means elegant in Sanskrit.
Wow.
That actually caught me so much because I really wanted that one word. I didn't want it to be big. But at that time, you see, I think people had Instagram just started, but there was Facebook. So in order for people, Zobha is a very general name, right? People wouldn't understand what is that. And especially my target market is the Indian people. So how I want to attract them. So the brand name, those time, it used to be Kanjivaram Silk by Zobha.
Okay,
Right?
smart.
Because I wanted to use the word Zobha for something else. I may come up with a ready-to-wear or menswear or anything in the future. But for now, how I want to market it,
Okay.
so I put that.
Okay.
So I did the branding, I did the logo, blah, blah, blah. Then I took the photo, I open up the page, I upload
The 15 sarees.
the 15 sarees. And then I receive a message from a client that they want to visit that.
How long did it take to receive that first
The
message?
next day. The next day.
Oh my god.
So it was very surprising for me. I said, oh, okay, I'm getting a client. Okay, I'll go. So I went, I spoke to her. She's a bride. I still remember her. She bought a parrot green with a burgundy border, Kanjivaram saree. And she was a bride. And, she came with her mom. She came with the mom and mother-in-law. And they sat. Imagine, you only have 15 sarees. In a saree shop, there's thousands of sarees, right?
Of course.
Because women they like to be spoiled for choices. You imagine there's only 15 sarees. Of all the 15 sarees, I managed to sell my ideas to this bride, how she can style it. Because you see, our people, I don't know why, they don't tie a green saree for their wedding, right? Just imagine my first customer, she came with a mother and mother-in-law, the biggest danger of any bride's life. And I convinced her to buy a green saree. How nice is that? Right? She bought that saree. The funniest part of that whole scene is, I knew there was a saree. I knew what I want to talk. I knew how I want to style her. And I opened up everything. And when she said she want to buy that saree, I didn't know how to fold it back. Then it clicked to my mind, oh my god, this uncle didn't taught me how to fold a saree. I was like, oh my god. In my mind, I'm like, I'm dead. I'm gonna show her that I don't know how to fold a saree, and what is she gonna think about me? And that saree, because I designed, right? You see, you doing a saree in a bigger quantity, the cost is different. Doing a saree in a smaller quantity, the cost is different. So I still remember that saree that I sold at first was 2,800 ringgit. My first saree. A customer is buying a 2,800 ringgit saree, and I don't know how to fold. You imagine you're paying 2,800, you get a product that's...
Don't know how to package.
Yeah. I don't know how she felt it, but I felt very embarrassed of myself. I tried folding and folding and folding. It's just not folding. Then I just fold it. It wasn't the nicest possible. And I told to her, I really apologize. You're my first customer, but I will learn this. I'm really sorry, but I wish you all the best for your wedding. Yeah. And she was happy and she left.
Wow.
That day, I told to myself, I'm not taking any other appointment until I know how to fold a saree. So, yeah. I went on, I looked at the saree, how is this foldings, and I learned how to fold the saree. So, when I posted my first customer, I started to take videos of how the talking and all that. I started to post on the social media, right? People started coming. People started noticing this is a different experience of buying a saree compared to going to a big shops and buying. So it actually grew from there. It shaped up from there, and I moved to another bigger space because the support was encouraging. So from 15 sarees, I think I grew to 50 sarees.
Wow.
So I moved up to from 200 square feet. I gave up on the space. I took up a bigger space that was 1,500 square feet. I did up the space, and that was a shop lot where people have to climb up 2 staircases up to come to my space.
Okay.
When I was doing that there, I actually realized I'm actually a very good photographer. I didn't know I have a talent of taking nice pictures. That pictures that I took, I realized that I gathered international customers.
Wow.
I think I was only at that 200 plus square feet for like about 2 months, and then I moved to this space, right?
Wow.
So that lifespan was not very long.
Yeah.
2 months, and then I'm at my new place. I think in the 3rd month, I started to get customers from Germany, Canada,
Wow.
UK. You know, I do video calls with them, I assist them, and all this, right? All these things that I am getting or I'm doing, it actually was hitting me like, I'm doing the right thing. What am I doing right here? Why am I getting? I always ask myself why. Why did this picture caught this customer? Why did I get this kind of customer? So it actually grew from there. So when I was doing it there, it was actually very good. But then again, I'll have this something in me. So I had this one day where the bride actually she came shop with her entire family, but her grandma is waiting in the car downstairs because she cannot climb up the staircase. And she said, could you please allow me to bring the sari down? I'll show it to my grandmother. I grew up with her and I really want her to see my wedding sari. I got very sad. I was like, why did I create this situation? Like, you know, usually when they buy a wedding sari, everyone's happy and all that. But this girl has been feeling very guilty that the grandma is not being able to feel whatever the other family members are feeling about choosing a wedding sari because this girl grew up with a grandmother. That actually hit me also. Like, I was feeling very bad. So she went down and then she showed the sari and then she showed me a picture of the grandmother hugging her. So I got a bit emotional. And then, she left. But what happened didn't leave me. I was like, I'm not going to do this where I'm going to cause this kind of trouble for... Because, you know, wedding is supposed to be
Once in a lifetime,
happiness
of course.
for everybody, right? But why am I causing this? Then I told my mind, no, I can't do this. I have to find a space where everybody can enjoy the moment. That's when I took another step to come to this store. It was just meant for me. I passed by one day. I saw it for rent. I inquired. It came to me. Yeah, and I'm here now.
Wow. So you design your saris yourself?
Yeah.
It's one of one, right? For each customer, you don't replicate the same sari.
Yep.
Each customer gets one sari and that's only for them.
Yep.
But a lot of your competitors out there or other people who sell saris or traditional Indian wear probably bulk buy and sell. Why was it important to you to do this instead of the other one? So design one of one designs.
So you see, it's always easy to earn money the easy way. So I wanted to earn it in the hard way.
Why did you want to earn it the hard way? Why did that matter to you?
Because you see, if you're going to get something easily, you will easily get bored of it.
Okay.
You will never be wanting to do more and more. So when you have something challenging to do, you will put a lot of hard work into it. Because if you're just going to copy someone, you have to wait until that person that you're copying take their next step for you to copy them, right?
Yeah.
So until then, you're going to be lazy. It's going to be very easy for you because basically you're just taking whatever they take and you're going to put and you're going to move on, right?
You're always one step behind, lah.
I have a plan A until Z. Like even right now, I have a plan A. If this goes wrong, I'll go B, C, D, E. I'll just go on because I'm a creator. I'm not someone who takes something from somewhere and, you know, implementing it. So you see, with the competition, with so many things that's going on in the business, right? Designing a sari has always been my passion. Like in the very, very early stages, right? I used to have templates on the border, on the body, everything. When time goes, I realized things with a woman is only about colors. They honestly don't really pay much attention on the pattern. So for them, the whole looking nice with color combination being good is very good.
How did you notice that was the case?
I didn't have any stuff. When I started this, I'm on my own. I never had a staff because everything that I was doing with the customer, like I told you earlier, I'm very comfortable doing one-to-one. So I never wanted people to see how I'm talking to people. So I wanted to like have that freedom of talking, right? So when I invest my time in them, when I'm talking to them, when whatever response that I get from them, it somehow go back to color. It's never about that pattern. It's never about the border, nothing. So I realized that, you see, no matter how much of an effort I'm going to put on the drawing,
Okay.
people are only going to be attracted to the color. So I knew that my strength is I am able to identify colors in a different way. For an example, like if I see a food, right, I can really mix and match it. I'll start thinking, oh, this, you know, the sambal, right? Nasi lemak, right? Okay, let's say you have a rice, you have a nasi lemak, you have your anchovies, you have your peanuts, and you have your cucumber. I will start to look at the sambal color and say, oh, white actually looked nice with this red.
Wow.
You know, like I don't really take like clothing inspiration. I take inspiration from so many things. I can really imagine. So maybe there is something in me. You can't learn this anywhere.
Yeah.
So this kind of thing actually taught me that why I can stand out from people is because I think ahead. This 9 years hasn't been an easy journey. It has been so difficult because I was one of the pioneer people who actually started this sari business in a small space, and it grew to a store, right? Now it's a globally known brand, right? This whole journey wasn't easy because, like what you said, there will be competition. The moment people see you getting attention or people start mentioning you on social media, people will think, oh, I want to be like this person. I want to be like this brand. So I had people who named their business very close to Zobha.
Really?
Yeah, you know, I had an elephant facing each other, and then they had an elephant facing outer way, and then they came up with peacock, this kind of things. And then my packaging, everything will be copied.
Oh my God.
The way I display my items, everything. So you see, not only the sari, even the way that I was carrying myself attracted people. And I have to stand ahead not only on my products but on the way that I am. I had to like start thinking how I want to stand out from people. And then when I moved to this store, where you see there's 3 spaces that I moved, right? One is when I started, and then my first shop, and then this one, right? That each space that I was moving, I only asked myself a question. I said, how can I stand out at this new place, right? So when I came here, I had a lot of people copying me. I had a lot of issues on like handling, like, because you see, when you're big, you have a lot of things to do. These small things doesn't bother you. But when you're small, these petty things will bother you, right?
Give me an example of an incident where maybe a competition or someone else out there copied.
Yeah, so
your
you see,
style, yeah.
so if today I'm going to post a red sari in a certain way, you can see the next day, they're posting the same thing. Social media is good, it's also bad. If you take it in a positive way, it's very positive. If it's not, it's not. They stalk you not from their business page. They stalk you from another username. You can't avoid. If I know directly it's you, I'll block you, right? But if I don't know who are you are a general viewer, how am I going to block you? And then you have friends or a business colleague that like, hey, you just posted this today. See, they are posting this. So these are all very mind disturbing. And you know, like, you will put a lot of effort to create the particular content. And then there comes them. So you have to start thinking of a new one. So I realized the only person who's putting the effort to create new things is me. Whatever that they are doing is just they're copying.
Yeah.
So these are the things that made me to think that I am actually different from them.
Because you're doing something you have a great eye for.
Yes.
A good eye for.
So if I'm gonna take a picture in a certain way of a sari, the competitors are not only here, it's also in India, where, you know, when the color combination is nice, it's very easy for them. There's so many techniques now. Now we are talking about Kanjipuram. So, you know, pure kanjipurams, and then there are also like machine-made kanjipurams where they sell as a pure
The power,
kanjipuram.
right? I think,
Power loom,
yeah.
it's called power loom. So, they will be like, this is cheaper, and then people will go and buy that and say, why I buy this in a lower rate. These are all the challenges that you have to face. So I also started to limit myself from posting a lot of sari pictures because people just take screenshot and just give to whoever it is and copy. But actually, if you see, I have put my hard work to create that.
Okay.
Right? So I tackle so many problems that came along the way. In business, you will always have problem. If you're going to sit and think about it, there's no ending. You have to always come up with a solution. Yeah.
So you doing your one-of-one sarees was sort of a way for you to stand out, lah.
Yeah, I knew that, you see, if I'm going to sell a sari like everyone else, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to compete with. And what will be my marketing strategy? What will be a point that someone coming and spending in my shop? What is the thing that I can give to people? What is the satisfaction? What is the customer experience I can give, right? So when it's going to be the same, why am I supposed to be sitting down at the same place and doing that? So I have to find my way to stand up. So that's when the idea of doing saris in a single pieces came into the scene, and people loved it. My earlier customers, it started from like different age groups. I even have 90 years old customers.
Wow.
I have 18 years old customer. They'll come for graduation. The auntie will come for her birthday every year, even though nobody celebrates for her. She celebrates herself.
Wow.
The words that they gave me, it's very difficult to get this kind of quality. You are doing a good job. You're so good. You're so honest. These kind of words over the years actually drove me to do better.
Yeah.
And it actually taught me this is my value. At the end of the day, when I look back, no one will say that I've cheated them. I actually sold something that's authentic, that has a value for it, and I have a good name. This is all I want. I don't want to do something like just for the sake of money. During COVID, so many businesses had struggles, right? During COVID, India was worse. But I had a lot of contacts because you see, on your social media, you put your number, and I wasn't working with anybody, right? There's so many viewers, so many third-party people, shop people will keep messaging you. I'll give you on credit. Can you take? Can you sell? I didn't sign up for any of them. I can show you. All the messages are on archive. I didn't have any interest. You see, you can do business. You don't have to take out a single money. People are going to give you the product. As you sell, you pay them. Easy business, right?
Yeah.
I didn't have any interest on it. But during that time, I actually realized, okay, this is the best time for me to figure out how I can do better. I have been serving so many women, right? And there's a lot of boys come with them. I wanted to do menswear. So I actually used COVID time to do my research, to find weavers who actually weave vesties, and I came up with my designs, and I started my menswear. And at the end of COVID, when people started to normalize their lifestyle, these people who were copying me, they are still doing the same thing. But I am already starting something else where the eye all was on me. So by the time these people find the weavers or take my pictures to start something new, I started customization on menswear. That will take some time for them to copy. There will be someone doing something that you do. Even now, they will come, act like a customer.
Really?
And then they will take the collar pictures.
Oh my God.
They will take the embroidery pictures. And they are actually tailors. So what they will do, they will do the same embroidery, post it in the same way we post on their page. I'm quite used to it. But if you want to think about that and spoil your days, no use. You just have to move on. You just have to, because you see, even they come to my shop, even for my customers, I'm only doing one design for one person. I'm keep moving on. I'm keep creating something, right? It's you who needs something to copy.
So, Pavitra, I can tell that clearly creating a seamless customer experience is something that's important for you. And for any retail store, any customer facing store, the experience that they gain is something that can make the difference between them being a recurring customer or just a one off customer.
Yeah.
So, what does a good customer experience mean for you, and how do you go about creating it?
Okay. This question is something very personal also, because whatever that I've implemented here, it's also something that I would like to experience myself as a customer. Like when I go to a shop, I want certain things to be certain way. I want certain display to be certain way, so I can just go and pick it and come. Like what I told you, it's my character. I don't like to spend so much of a time in the shop. But I'm not saying that people can't spend that much of a time in the shop. I'm just saying it's not necessary to waste your 2-3 hours in a shop for a simple decision, right?
Yeah.
So this particular thing, when someone is coming to your shop and they're going to spend some money, even if it's 100 ringgit or if it's 1,000 ringgit, it's still someone's hard-earned money, right? That person must come to the store, they must go back, and they must feel happy that they have been to this place. They must remember something. Like, the other day when I went to the shop, it was different. So I wanted to create a store where it has a different customer experience, especially among the Indians. Like I said, like when you go to a saree shop, when I go to a saree shop, it's something very boring. Like it's all laid down, and then it's like you have to do extra hard work. Even if you go to India today, the way that they put their saris, right, it's very troublesome. But they have so many staffs working for them. They can actually do things easily, but they do it the different ways, right? So I wanted to create an experience where, like, the moment my customers step at my doorstep, I wanted them to feel like this is not the normal Indian sari shop. I wanted them to feel wow about the store. So how can you do that? So when I sat and think about it, I always knew that people stack their saris this way, and it's always multicolors. So I am one of the first retailer in Malaysia who actually discovered, actually probably in the whole world, I actually discovered a sari can be displayed in color coordination. You know how does this idea came? When I used to do ID and a contractor job, right? I used to have this Nippon color chart with me all the time. In my bag, there will be two things compulsory. One is the measurement tape, one is this Nippon paint chart, because it can be used for anything. It's not only for paint, it will be used for like furnitures and all that. So whenever that I see that chart, it actually gave me happiness. But when I see because you see, in a 15 numbers of saris, right, you can't color coordinate. In a 50 saris, you can't color coordinate. Now, when I'm moving to a new store and it's going to be bigger, what is the experience I can give the customer? So this Nippon chart came to my mind, and I had that as an inspo, and I told to myself, okay, now I want to do these saris in a color chart. How can I do it? So I tried putting it that same way. It didn't work. So I came up with this idea of putting it standing up. And that day that I actually made this, I actually created the stand. I worked with a carpenter. This thing wasn't selling anywhere. It's not sellable anywhere also. The stand, I sat, I think, okay, now I need to make a lying down sari stand up.
Wow.
How can I do it?
Wow.
So I think. I went to the hardware shop. I bought MDF board. I bought the cutter. I bought the shooting gun. Okay, let me DIY first before I get it big,
Oh
right?
my God.
This 10mm MDF board. I did this, same thing, what you're seeing. And I brought it one day here. I put it, and I was like, okay, I really like it. So now, I don't like the finishing of an MDF board. What can I do? Because, you see, these saris are expensive. The cost itself is very expensive. I can't have a sharp edge. I can't have a very narrow edge. It's not going to look nice. How am I going to do it? If I laminate it, it will peel off. If I'm going to do a solid wood, it's very expensive. If I'm going to do acrylic, they don't have certain thickness. There's so many problems in it. Then I work and work and work with this carpenter. I figured out a way, so I did it. The moment I did this way, my views on Instagram went crazy.
Wow.
I had a 1 million view,
Oh
right?
my god.
It actually caught a lot of people's attention because they have never seen, they probably thought this is a paint shop. Actually, this display used to be in front there, where when you pass by car, you can actually see.
Okay.
A lot of people actually thought it's a paint shop.
Mm.
Because when it's night, the light is glowing, right?
Understand.
Then they will come, can I buy paint? So I said, this is not
my
a paint shop. This is a saree shop. Then like, oh wow. There's a lot of tourists here, right? So, like the views went crazy, and then the people among us was like, how did you do that? It's so nice. I've never seen a saree shop like this, and blah, blah, blah. So this thing came from my mind. I wanted to do it. So after I do that, when the customer came, I have seen customers' reaction when the saree was like this. And when I first saw the customers' reaction, like they will be at the entrance there. The moment they see the first row, right, they'll be like, wow, I've never seen anywhere. And you can see them talking, like, that shop was so difficult to see the saree. You see, this is so easy. It's very, I've received compliments from people. The borders are very visible. No, it's so nice. So the experience that you create to people is very important. Until today, I've never done any big marketing. I've never spent money on a big marketing because I have come through these 9 years being known globally only by one thing, word of mouth. I believe that when I give customer the experience that they need, it will travel. For an example, I'm not saying that I'm a very talented person, but I believe that whatever that you talk to someone, right, they will carry it in their heart and mind. If I look at this whole thing only as a business, I'll just sell, I'll just move on. I can do this because I don't sell my products. I sell my ideas. I educate them. I educate them why you should not go for this color, why you should not go for this design, why you should wear this, how you should wear this. People actually enjoy that more than the saree. People, when they come, even though after some times I started to have my staffs and all that, right? You can see in the messages, will Pavithra be in? Will she be in? Can you make sure she be in? I started this because I wanted to create it as a brand. So I have to eventually teach my staff how to do things, right? So when you keep looking for me, when am I gonna do the back end job? So I can't do that. And I enjoy doing it, and I can't do the back end job. I like to talk to customers. So every customer that comes here, you see, like the shop is like, you can't see who park at the front there. I don't know who you are. Whether you come with a normal car, whether you come with an expensive car, whether whoever you are, I don't know. The moment you are right in front of me when I see you, you are a customer looking for something, and I need to understand what you want, and I'll educate you from there. That's it. But there are also challenges. Like, I tell you this one funny thing. Because they want to see me, they want me to suggest them how we can do this, right? I go on appointment base because I want to do one-to-one. I don't want to have so many customers.
You only do appointment, no walk-ins.
No walk-ins. Used to be no walk-ins, but now you can walk in as well because I have more staff now. But because they always see a video of me explaining to the customer, and then people will go and review. She's so good. She's good in the colors. These things, right? So they already fix in the mind that they want to see me. So when I go by appointment, there are some people can wait. There are some people cannot wait. But it also create a lot of uncomfortable feeling because you see, when you go by appointment, it's either you come on time or if you come a bit later, you should understand the customer before. I can't tell them to, okay, now my customer is here. I have to skip you. I can't do that. So I have to respect their time as well, right? So all these things is a little uncomfortable because they expect me to don't tell them to wait. But at the same time, I just want them to understand, not because I'm saying if you want me to serve you, you have to wait. No, I'm trying to say you have to respect the other customers'
Yeah,
time as well.
yeah.
They're also human. I have got customers who's like showing tantrum. Do you know who am I?
Tell me your worst experience.
Worst experience. Okay. Maybe I should tell this time up. So this is one experience that I can never forget. And it actually caused me depression over
Oh my
time.
God.
And it took me like about a month plus to actually come out from it.
Oh wow.
You know, when you intentionally do something, you can always forgive yourself. You knew that you wanted to do that, so you have to go through some things, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, like this area, it will be caught up with flood. Okay, when it's heavy rain, it will be caught up. 3 years ago, there was this very, very heavy rain, and this customer, she fixed an appointment at 4:30. You know, during about this time, it actually was raining and the water started to come up. So I was alone in the store. I had to put up all the mannequins, whatever sarees that was down and hanging, right? I had to put it up on the table and I have to clear the mess of the water, right? So she rang the bell. I walked up to her and I said that, are you the appointment customer? She said, yes. So I brought her in up to the entrance. I said, unfortunately, I can't go ahead with this appointment because it's flood and there's water everywhere and I've kept all the things on the table. Because you just imagine the products are so expensive. What if when I'm showing it on the table, something drops?
Yeah, of course.
So it's not your cost, it's my cost,
Yeah,
right? And I can't be comfortable with that whole situation being like that. I don't think so. Like what I say, I'm not selling product, I'm selling my ideas, right? It's not nice for me to not be my 100%
Yeah.
when you being a bride and I just want to do it for the sake of
Yeah.
what I'm doing.
Okay.
So she was all nice at that point of time. She was like, are you okay? Is everything okay? And I said, yeah, I'm okay. I just need to clear this water. And it's literally, cars can't move. They are like all stuck in the water. And I don't know how did she came, okay? At that point of time, it didn't cross my mind, like how she made her way here. So, yeah, she told me, okay, you take care. Okay, I'll fix another appointment. And she went back. That night, so what happened, because I'm alone, I cleared everything, I vacuumed, I cleared the water, okay, I put everything where it was, and yeah, I went back home. 12:30 in the night, 1-star Google review came, and a notification came to me. I was like, who's this? And she have wrote there on the Google review that she fixed an appointment, she came for the appointment, and they informed that the shop was facing a difficult time because of the flood, and they have kept everything on the table and they are not able to show the saree. And she went on telling that, you know, it's so unprofessional of them, do not know how to respect people's time. See, I don't know with what mindset she did that, but to me, it is one of the most difficult situation a business can face, right? Yeah. I couldn't digest how a person can bring themselves to write something like that. So it didn't end there. So what happened? She actually gathered like 12 of her friends and family member maybe to go and give 1-star back to back. And I had 5-star at that point of time. Because of her, it went to 4.2. I was very disheartened because for me to gather that five, it took me like about 6-7 years.
Oh my God.
And it took you one person to do that to me.
How do you know it was your friends and family?
Because it was a minute right after. And then there was the 5th or 6th review was like, my friend went to the shop. And so, you know, it's the whole thing. So I couldn't digest the fact, and you know, I was trying to talk to myself, calm down, it wasn't your fault. But you know, for an example, you went to a food shop, you were so hungry, they promised you a food and they didn't give you a food, you will starve and die. I understand. For me, it was just a saree, and if you cannot view it today, you can always view it tomorrow. I respect your time. No, not saying anything wrong about that. But if a situation like this arises, have a basic human's courtesy to respect my time as well, right? What is important at that point of time? That Google review really changed my life. I was like, that's the time, you know, that 1 month, I was depressed. Even my family was like, "Are you okay?" I'm not saying this to create sympathy. I'm not saying I'm very good in what I do. But when someone can bring up something that's not true to make up a story and write on that Google review just to show that this business is bad, is very bad. After that 1 month, I told to myself, I actually realized that the customers who, you see, you're standing right in front of me. If you're unhappy with me, there's always a way to solve face to face, right? If let's say it goes beyond rudeness or anything, then yeah, that's different. I realize a lot of people, they are very nice in front of you. They go at the back and they go and write this Google review. They do that because, you see, they already set in their mind, they're very intentional to do that. If you really respect your time and my time, you already come here and I'm already here serving you. If you're unhappy about anything, you can always talk. But they chose to do that. So I can't take it to say it's my fault, right? You chose to do it that way. And I realize half the time, people are not being truthful. They purposely go and put that 1 star to show you are bad. So I'm just saying, Google review is something where if you know how to say something bad about someone, say the good thing that you experience also, right? But they will never do that. They will write as much as they can just to bring you down because they just want to prove a point that you have wasted their time. It's not about wasting anybody's time, just courtesy. I even had a review recently saying that I went to the shop and I was told to be seated to wait for the designer to be ready with her previous customer. I don't think anything is wrong with that because we didn't ask you to go out of the shop. We didn't disrespect you. The only thing that we say to you is just have a sit for a while until you will be assisted. What is wrong with that? So you see, if someone wants to say something is wrong, they will say it anyways. You can't stop them or change them. That's the way they want it to be, and you can just let it be how it is.
With a lot of these negative situations in life, Pavithra, I think the way to think about it is that when you go through it the first time, obviously it's going to feel like the whole world is crumbling on you. But sometimes it's easier said than done. Is to think about if this were the 100th time this was happening, how would you react to it?
Yeah.
And then choose that way of reacting. Having gone through what you had gone through and experiencing that 1 month of depression, which is, I can't imagine how tough that would have been. How would you react to a situation like that right now?
I think I'm very, very much calmer right now. You see, like that situation actually took place. If, let's say, this business was inherited from my family, or the money that came to build this business is from my parents' money or something, right? It's different because it's just a Google review. It's fine. Just leave it. I worked really hard. I really built it very hard. I still remember I have 2 child and both my pregnancies, right? I gave birth. The 3rd day, I'm at my work
My God.
with my stocking, serving my customer. I have no staff. So I have really been there, putting myself out there to serve the customers, not because I need the money. For me, it's always like, someone is trusting me to choose their big days attire. I should be there for them, right? But when you are willing to sacrifice your health, your situations for customers, right? It is actually very deep. In this 9 years, I've never take leave. You can see me every day here. I'm here at 10 o'clock. I'll go back at 6 o'clock. Every day, not even a single customer never see me here. I will be, if I'm not in the shop, I must be out here having my lunch, just nearby, nothing far, So that much of an effort I have put into this business it's like a baby step. I have no knowledge in textile. I have no knowledge in textile business. I have no knowledge in assisting customer. I have no knowledge in designing clothes. I have no experience in stitching. Everything is my self-taught process. There's so many shops out there. It's not my wedding, it's their wedding. It's fine. Why do I care? But when something goes wrong, I put my 300% to do that. I even have customers, you see, when some customers come, they can't afford to buy a certain sari. But you can see their intention, right? They want to buy a very good sari for their future daughter-in-law, for their only daughter. You can see from their eyes, you can see from the way they talk to you. I have been a person where even though the sari price tag is about 3,000, I have given it for 1,000 ringgit.
Wow.
It's not because, and I don't tell them. I will not even show them the
Wow.
price tag. It's something that I do because I feel I need to do it.
It's amazing.
This is me. I don't have to tell people what I do. I don't have to justify. It's not every time people have to be like wowing you. No, it's unnecessary. As long as you know what you are, yes. You see, a lot of people say, go and do charity when you have the money or anything, right? For me, when I can help people in this kind of situation, I will do that. So even with the tailoring or anything, right? You see, some people, they have this situation where the in-law family is the one who needs to pay for whatever the wedding expenses are. So the bride wants to do a very nice blouse, but they will only give a budget as like 300 ringgit. But what she actually have in mind is something like 1,500 ringgit. You see, if you're at 500 and 1,000, you can meet at a middle point. This is like two different cities meeting each other, right? But, you know, I have never disappointed the person.
Wow.
I have never expected, if I do this, you give me this. No means no. Never. For me, okay, this is a situation, but they have spent the money to buy the sari. Okay, let's do as a good human what I can do. If I were to do charity, right, I'm going to give 1,000 ringgit outside. Why don't I spend the additional 1,000 to this person? I'm not saying I'm doing charity. I'm making someone happy. I'm making her day nice. So how nice is that? That feeling.
Of course.
You know, I've got so many people who have blessed me. Like, you know, like in Tamil or English, they have blessed me with a lot of kind words. So I believe my journey has been stepping up only because those kind of words.
Yeah.
I think when they come in a group, they will realize a different price. And then when I give a much lower price, that one person in the family will be like, Amma ni nalla irukano, that kind of thing. Because sometimes they can't talk in front of the in-laws. So they have to like that. I have gone through a lot of funny situations, serious situations, fighting situations. But, you know, I've been there. So this whole job, right, is like made out of love. So when I do it that way, and you do it just with the intention of hurting me, that was very difficult for me to accept. But going through this kind of situation, it actually shaped me to understand people will always have their opinion.
Yep.
If it favors them, they'll be very happy with you. If it doesn't favor them even 1%, they are never going to be happy with you. And I have to accept that. That 1% risks that I'm taking to say no to them, I have to accept in my mind that something bad is going to come and I cannot react for it. For an example, it has always been the biggest issue for the people to go and say that we don't tie our saris. So you see, I always have this ideology where, because I do it with love, right? A bride is coming to buy her wedding sari. This is not a shop where like a shoe shop. You ask for size 36, they go and you try and then they take a new piece for you. No. I have only one piece available here and that's the piece that you're seeing. If it's sold, right? Now, my question is, not everybody's body is the same. Some people sweat, some people don't sweat, right? So, if I'm going to tie this on customers and the sweat is on the sari and they don't buy that sari, you are the next customer who actually buys the sari, and I've never sent the sari for dry cleaning or anything.
Yeah.
Is this authentic to sell to them?
Yeah. I love how you take that into account as well.
Yeah, for me, this is the way I respect my customers. I want everyone to get a new piece. So I try my best to like show them how it looks when it's on them. There are many customers who are happy. There will be this certain percentage. You see, when there is a little no, right, they will bring this topic. Or they don't tie the saris. No. You know, it's authentic for you. So I'm happy to do that. But people take it in the wrong way. It's not like we don't want to tie. I'm just taking care of the money that you are paying is for something new. Will you accept you wearing something that was someone else's? No,
Sure,
right?
my mom, since I was young, she would always ask, "Do you guys have new stock
Ah,
inside?" Yeah.
yeah. So you see, that is the mentality that people have. Like, do you have the new one? So the straw concept is a designer's straw. It's only one piece, one design, one color. So I have to make sure I keep up to my promise. So if you're paying 1,000 ringgit or even 500 ringgit, you have to get something new. There's so many saris that I have used on models, on photo shoots. It's still in a particular compartment where I have not put for display, for sale. That's a cost for me, right?
Yeah.
But I don't have the heart to sell it to someone.
Wow.
I will sometimes take it for my personal use, or I will just do something else with it.
Wow.
But I don't sell it. So this kind of thing, I don't know how many people will do. Maybe because I don't think this as like a business. I give a lot in order to gain some
Yeah.
things, but it comes with a lot of hard work. It's not easy.
Pavithra, we have a closing tradition of this podcast where the last guest leaves a question for the next guest, not knowing who they be leaving it for. So the question is, what practices or habits do you have in your life to increase clarity, energy, and happiness in your life?
I think being honest, being grounded is the key. If you don't have these two things, you can never move on in your life. If, let's say, you don't be honest, you have done something wrong, that feeling of guiltiness will always be there. Let's say now I'm doing this and I'm going to do something else that related to this. That guilty feelings will always be with me, not letting me to move on. And when you be grounded as in like, see, like what I said just now, there's so many people know me, there's so many people know the brand, who's behind it and all that, right? If all this thing is going to go on my head and I'm going to have so much of ego, so much of anger or anything, right? Like showing off and all that, I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm just going to go down to the drain. That hype is temporary. It will never last long. So being honest and being grounded is definitely the key to stay healthy in a business, and you just do you.
No, Pavitra, thank you so much. I've enjoyed this past hour plus sitting down with you. It's clear that your mission is deeper than just the more superficial markers
Yes.
of a successful business like money, etc. Even you said when you started Zobha, it was more of empowering the Indian community.
Yes.
Your story is definitely very inspiring, and I think a lot of people out there, women or even women of color especially, should take inspiration from you, that it doesn't matter what your skin color is or what type of background you come from or
Exactly.
the struggles you went through. We're all dealt these set of cards when we come into this world, but it depends how you play
Yes.
those cards. And I think you're a testament that the beginning of your story doesn't matter, the ending is what matters, and you've built an amazing story
Yes.
for yourself. So yeah, it's been an absolute honor
Thank you.
having you on the show,
Thank
Pavitra.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Done?
Nice.